Hello, this is Charla, the very first episode of Lancer Lowdown. Woo! Ha-cha-cha, yeah. And Lancer Lowdown is a show all about what's cheap, what's free, and what's fun to do here on campus at PCC, around town, the services that are available to all of us students. This is all about the students. By the students, or two of us, for students, with students, not in that order. And on today's very first episode, we have talented musicians, we're talking to associated students, we're talking to people who do dentistry here on campus, people who like to garden, see the change, whoop whoop, and all sorts of fun things. And each show is going to be great, and I may be kind of random, but I'll always be cute and cool. Yeah. So, on with the show.
I really like the music, and I hear a lot. And especially when I was little, I started playing guitar. My mom forced me to take my first guitar lesson, and I got really frustrated when I was little because I could hear things, but I couldn't produce them. And now, here coming to PCC, from learning from the teachers here, I'm actually starting to be able to produce the sounds that I'm hearing, and I can hear a lot more now, which is really amazing. And I'm also really interested in how music affects people. I'm Nathaniel Evans.
And how long have you been playing guitar?
6 years.
How long have you been going to PCC?
2.5 years.
Are you in the music program?
Yes.
How long have you been in the music program?
For a whole year now.
And do you write songs and perform anywhere, professionally or otherwise?
I write songs.
Uh-huh.
Most of my performances have been here at PCC.
I can see.
I just started majoring in classical guitar here.
You play wonderfully. So what are you hoping to do with a degree in music, if that's what you're going for?
I want to become a recording artist.
That's beautiful.
One thing that just the life that I'd love to live is on the road, out on tour. I've watched videos of bands, documentaries of bands when they're out on tour, and I think to myself, I would love to live like that.
Do you have a timeline for these goals?
Not at the moment. I plan on going to MI, Musicians Institute, to round off my musical education.
That's beautiful. Hello, this is Charla with the Lancer Lowdown, and right now I'm speaking to Jamie Hammond, the president of Associated Students here at PCC. So Jamie, how does AS work? What do you guys do? How do you go about making decisions?
Well, we are the elected student representatives for the all of the students here. So we represent 36,000 students. We are elected in May, and we have about as much decision power as possible for things that will make student life better on campus for all of the students. And so we take it upon ourselves to pass resolutions in order to make things better for student life on campus. We also take stances on certain issues in the event that our opinion or our stance can affect something that's going on somewhere else on the campus.
And how does one get involved with AS? Do they just show up here at the office and say, I want in? How do they, what goes on here?
Well, there are a number of ways to get involved. Some of the best ways are to be as part of a committee, or if this is assuming that you're not elected onto the AS board, which is always a possibility as well if you decide to run for a position. But you can also join a committee, and that all committee members go through an applicant and an interview process. We actually just started our committees. We just went through our interview process and our application process, and so we've already started the committees for this semester, but we'll be starting them again in the spring. There's also a lot of club opportunities as well. The clubs are part of the Inter-Club Council, which are part of the Associated Students of PCC, and there's always opportunities to be a part of a club, and as a part of a club, you can always be a part of the Inter-Club Council and be a representative for the Inter-Club Council, and so then they have a direct membership to the AS as well.
Wow, that's a lot of information. Thank you. My other question is, what do you do all day? I mean, I'm looking at this office. It's way corporate looking. I did not expect this. I thought you guys would be in some little classroom or something, but this is really a nice setup here. So what do you guys do? Why do you need all this equipment? What's it all about?
Well, and definitely my responsibilities, I feel like they change from day to day. As president, I work on ensuring that all of the goals that we've set, we're all going forward and making sure that we're accomplishing the goals that we said we were going to set during the election process. And so I spend my day working on the things that don't fall into the jurisdiction of a lot of the other vice presidents. We have vice presidents that focus on everything from business affairs to sustainability to public relations to student services. And so within all of that, there are some things that we might want to tackle that may not fall under the jurisdiction of one of those different positions, and so that's what I would take on. And so I spend a lot of my time sending a lot of emails, making a lot of phone calls, and getting ready for our Wednesday meetings, which are on Wednesdays from 12 to 2, shameless plug, and just getting ready for conversations that I might be having with the administration, members of the administration, or other bodies on campus.
When do you have time for school?
That's a good question. In between the emails, I'm usually here. I try to keep this like a 9-to-5 job, and so I'm usually here 9 to 5, 8 to 4, and then at night is when I usually do all my homework and all the academic stuff.
And this is all voluntary? This isn't an actual job? You are not getting paid to do this?
This is, it's essentially voluntary.
Wow.
As members of the board, we do get a stipend, but I know that all of us ran with the intention of doing way more work than what the stipend would pay for. Mm-hmm. And so the stipend is like an added bonus to the kind of work we do, but really it's all out of the generosity of their hearts for
right.
certain. And
let's get to the clubs real quick. About how many different clubs are there here on campus offhand, if you have an estimate?
As of right now, we have anywhere from 50 to 60 at any given time, but we're also hoping that there's always an opportunity to create more, and so hopefully there will be at least 75, if not more, by the end of the year.
And how does AS work with the clubs? How do you guys intermingle? What's their relationship there?
Well, we do have the Inter-Club Council. The Vice President of Internal Affairs is essentially the Vice President of the AS Board, and her name is Christian Espiritu, she runs the Inter-Club Council. Mm-hmm. And so the Inter-Club Council is made up of representatives from all of the different clubs. They come together weekly or bi-weekly, and they discuss issues that may pertain, that keep them informed of how to make student life better on campus as well, and how to facilitate their business and any plans that they have as far as like organizing events or getting more members and things like that. So the ICC reps are an integral part of AS because they are that bridge between us and the clubs. Mm-hmm. And so any information that we pass on to the ICC reps, they would pass on to their respective clubs, and then that's how information gets spread out to the other students on campus that are involved in clubs.
So it goes AS to clubs to us, yes. The regular people.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for this interview. It's
You're
been
welcome.
lovely.
Thank you.
It is a wrap, and we will be back with you in just a moment.
So this is a mandala that we had put together during our Associated Students Summer Leadership Retreat. during the summer. And so this is a representation of all of the things that represent us. Here we have roots. We say that they're like the roots to our tree. These are all the values that we ran on during our campaign, and different things throughout the mandala represent different values that we have. One of the coolest things about this, though, was that we had traced all of our hands around this one big circle, and at the time we only had 11 members, the president and then the vice presidents and the student trustee and the chief justice, because we were going to be appointing the vice president of sustainability. So we left a spot for the vice president of sustainability. We just appointed her last week. Her name is Hannah Israel, and she had the inaugural hand tracing right after she was appointed. And so now the mandala is complete.
Today I am speaking to Tom Neiderer and Stacey Wlasiuk, and we're here at the Dental Hygiene office to learn more about what it means to have your teeth cleaned here on the PCC campus. So Tom, how long has this been going on here?
This program started in 1974. That's when the first graduating class started.
And has it always been open to the public and
Yes.
to the community?
In fact, serving the public and the community was one of the things that motivated them to start the program.
How much does it cost?
It's $20 for the general public, and then students, staff, and faculty can come up and get their teeth cleaned for $10.
Score.
Yeah.
Very
Such
nice.
a deal.
I mean, not that I noticed that basket full of toothpaste over there or anything, but are there any freebies with this teeth cleaning?
Yes.
Any samples?
Yes.
Yeah.
What we do is we do a complete assessment of each patient as they come in. That's usually the first appointment. And then after we assess what they need, then we will schedule them to have their teeth cleaned. So when we get them in and work with them, we will show them how to brush, floss, use any other kinds of aids that are necessary for them to keep their teeth clean.
So, Stacey, how
Yes.
does one go about making an appointment here?
Well, you can call. You can come by and make an appointment in person. You just need to get me on the phone or walk yourself in the door, and we'll go ahead and make an appointment for you. We do book about 4 to 6 weeks in advance, so we're right now at this point getting full towards the end of our semester. But I'll explain the whole policy procedure when you call, or I can, give you the information. We have a flyer. Just need to call.
Cool.
Come on.
What's the number for myself?
626-585-7241.
What kind of procedure can students look forward to, or the public, when they enter back there into your dental domain?
Well, we're limited care, so we provide dental hygiene procedures, and that involves cleaning your teeth, preventive things like sealants and fluorides. All the appointments will take about 3 hours.
Whoa.
And the reason is because each procedure that the students performed is checked by a faculty member.
And there's no fillings, no root canal, none of
We
that?
do no dental restorations at all because we're limited care and we do preventive work.
Preventive work. Okay. So what do you look for in an assessment? What's healthy teeth? What are unhealthy teeth? Besides what we already know, cavities.
Right. Well, we're
those things.
basically looking at the periodontal condition or the health of the gums. We have different levels of gum disease. We have gingivitis, which is bleeding gums, and a lot of people don't understand that if they brush and their gums bleed, that's not a healthy thing. But they've always had it that way, so they'll stop brushing, or they'll brush harder. What we tell patients to do is if their gums are bleeding, that's not healthy. So they need to do a better job of brushing and flossing. So we can have anywhere from a gingivitis case to severe periodontitis where the teeth are mobile.
Oh, about to come out, or?
Well, they're loose. Whether they come out or not will depend on how good they are at taking care of their teeth, because really we give you the opportunity to have a healthy mouth, but it's not really our responsibility. It's the patient's responsibility.
Okay, so I know where we are, but for the sake of those who might be watching, where our campus are we located right now so that people can
We are in the R building. R. We're room 511, and you can find us here pretty much Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, except on holidays. So every day we're here.
I think we've covered quite a bit. Thank you so much, Tom.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, Stacey.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We'll
thanks
probably
for,
see you soon.
Yes, you
All
will.
right.
Thanks for serving the
And
community.
you are
This is
you are
great.
welcome to come back anytime for any other information you may need. We're open to the school and to the public, and we're here to serve you any way we can. So
Thanks. We
tell people to
appreciate
come
that
see
service.
us.
Will do.
Okay.
Oh, this has been great. And
The end.
the end. Hello and welcome back to Lancer Lowdown. I'm here right now with Pat Craig, career counselor here in the PCC Career Center. And I guess my first question for you, Pat, is how long have you been a career counselor here at PCC?
Oh, I came in 93. July 3rd of 93.
Wow.
So a while.
Yeah, I remember when I first met you, I was crying.
Were you?
Yes. I was having an emotional breakdown because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do, and you pulled me in here and you helped me. Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad.
That she's
Okay.
done that twice.
I don't remember that, but that's great.
How did you come to pick your career?
There's a long and a short version of that. The kind of shorter version is I had gone back to grad school for something else, and I had to take a career theory class as part of the mix, and I did not want to take that in the worst way. I tried everything to get out of that class, but I had to take it. And in the course of that class, I fell in love with it. I knew it was what I not only could do, but would love to do.
So what kind of help can students look forward to when they come into your office?
Well,
What do you offer them?
they're crying. I have Kleenex.
Yes, there's Kleenex.
I help people who aren't sure what their major is. And the kind of help depends on where the person is. If you just have a kind of regular help you give everybody, it's not going to work. So we take it from where the person is and what seems like the next growth step for them. And if it's career, we'll start working on that.
What do you find most students coming here generally pick as the career or think they want to do as the career?
Oh boy, there isn't a most student.
There isn't a most.
No, no. And if I ever, as a counselor, started counseling to most students, I'd be up a creek.
Wow.
It really has to be the individual.
And just for logistics' sake, what kind of paperwork, if any, or questions students might have to ask or paperwork they might have to fill out? What do they have to do when they come through those double doors over there when they get into the
Right.
office?
If they're coming because career choice is their issue, and they want to see me, they don't have to do anything except ask for me. If they want to look for a job, then we're going to card them to make sure they're either a student or an alum, because we want to save the jobs for our students or alumni. And we have a registration card. Doesn't take long to fill in. A student worker will show them around, show them what we've got for job search. That's it.
Oh, very
If you
simple.
want help, you ask, but if you don't, we'll leave you alone.
Right. Could you tell us more about some of the computer programs that are available here to best how to find a job that suits you? What kind of personality do you have? Those such tests.
We don't, well, first of all, they're not tests.
They're not tests.
Because you can flunk a test, right?
Right.
Yeah. So test makes you this way. There's nothing to be anxious about. They're assessments. And that measures what's there, not how good you are at something. We don't usually use the assessments for job seekers. We use it for people looking for a career. And in that case, the two that probably are what you're thinking about, one is Eureka, and it's a database from a nonprofit career consortium in the state. We use that to research career titles. And the other is Pinpoint. And it has a little research on it, but we primarily use it for assessment. So you answer questions about yourself, and the software says, you know, based on what you said, probably these are the kinds of jobs where you want to start doing your research.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And our website is super.
Oh, cool. What is the website?
The easiest way is to go to pasadena.edu,
Mm-hmm.
hit Student Services across the top menu, columns come up, then hit Jobs, Careers and Jobs, and you'll be on our page.
Very easy. Wow. Or any piece of advice you have for students that are looking for what they think they're meant to do?
Well, you know, if they're looking for what they're meant to do, they're close. We want them to look for who they are first. And who you are and what you do, ideally, should be the same thing. So, don't be afraid, it's a process. Even though you feel lost, there's help. And then my fallback cheer that no one ever believes is if you do what you love and interests you, you can't go wrong. So if what you're doing brings you joy and holds your interests, you can't go wrong.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So sweet. Thank you so much for doing this interview and providing me with Kleenex and helping me figure out what I want to do. Thank you so much. And that's a wrap for this interview. I'm Charla. We'll be back right after this. Hey, this is Charla with Lancer Lowdown, and I'm speaking to Dr. Ling O'Connor, title, aka Ling, the student advisor to Seeds of Change and also a teacher of environmental studies and sciences here at PCC. So, what does remaking this garden mean to you?
It means a lot, actually, because, you know, now I thought it was 70% of the water we use in Pasadena goes into outdoors, like lawns. I just attended a garden workshop put out by the Pasadena Water and Power. They say it's up to 80% of the drinking water.
That's
and
ridiculous.
We get them from all over. Like if you look at the map of the country, 1/3 of the west is where we got water from. Can you imagine this?
Wow.
And it came from all over. And what do we do with it? We grow grass. So insane.
Yeah.
So,
In a desert, mind you.
Yes, I'm trying to get people to like change their mindset that other kinds of landscaping can be beautiful also. But then it's a real journey because it's like whenever you try to do something new, it's really hard. So when we first planted it, I had worked with a different group of people who had their own agendas, and things didn't quite work out.
Right.
You know,
How much were they charging you?
They charged me $3,000.
That's ridiculous. How much are you being charged now?
$300. Actually, my students in the last semester, we had planted someone else's garden for free. We just went and did it, you know, and I wanted, so a lot of these all these are students here helping. I want people to know that you can do this. You don't have to have a lot of money to do this, and it could look nice. So this time around, we're planting all native plants. So in time, I hope that it will look really nice, and people will get see, hey, native plants doesn't need to be watered; it can look nice.
Are you guys gonna go from like circle to circle? I think you should. Let's get this quad completely green there, folks.
Can you help me?
Oh, sure. I don't mind dirt.
We have 11 acres of lawn here on campus.
That'd be cool. Let's get
love to
PCC
see
completely
that.
sustainable, y'all.
Well, the thing is, it's not only PCC, because we have so many students that come here, and it's also, you know, showing what the community, what this can look like, and we need to educate the community. So to me, it's not just this planter. To me, I'm aiming to what this message means.
Right, for the whole community
yeah.
at Pasadena.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for doing this interview.
Thank you.
Okay, I swear it's the last time. Lancer Lowdown, out. Hey, we're back with the Lancer Lowdown. I have a little bit of a cold, so don't mind my scratchy voice. But I'm here today with some students. We're here for Seeds of Change, and we're planting a new garden here in the middle of the quad. And so what are you guys planting today, Winessa? Would you like to tell us?
We're just getting rid of plants right now that we're not using, and we're replacing them with other plants.
Are they
that
more
are
like
more sustainable?
so they use less water?
Yes.
So what does it mean to you guys? I mean, the earth must mean a lot. You showed up on a Saturday morning. I'm here because I have biology class, but these guys showed up optionally to like take care of Mother Earth here. What's it mean to you?
Well, basically, there's some trees that were not so native. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with replacing them with native, because they're also native to California, so they use less water. So, I mean, that's water you could use is better, since we don't have that much water in California, so.
We don't have water at all in California. We're actually exporting water from other states.
That's true. Is it Nevada? Or
Yeah.
really?
Sure it
That's
is.
hilarious.
And
Aren't they a desert?
we're watering their water with our lawns, and we don't even need water in our lawns, right? So this is just another, method to
Right.
sustainable.
That's because California greenery is just as pretty as that East Coast greenery. Look at these beautiful native plants that they're, putting into the ground.
Yeah.
So what does it mean specifically to you guys, though, to be beautifying PCC? I mean, this is where you come to school.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's just trying to give another student's perspective of what is green, because a lot of people think, oh, green, like grass.
Right.
Like, you have native plants where it could look even beautiful, too. And, like, not cost so much to the environment, because you're using a lot of resources you don't need. So that makes sense.
For sure. High five. Green Earth. Green Earth. Thank you guys all. So thank you so much for doing this interview today, guys. I'm Charla, Lancer Lowdown out. Back with PCC, Lancer Lowdown. Woo! Okay, so we're here talking to Sonia, and we're actually walking away from the Seeds of Change because she has to get more equipment for that beautiful garden they're setting up over there. And so what's your affiliation with Seeds of Change? Why'd you show up on a Saturday morning?
I'm an acquaintance of Ling's. I came to her class a few months ago and talked about water and drought tolerance and the need to conserve water and projects along the LA River. I'm an architect and I'm working towards getting a landscape architect license.
Nice, so you know a lot about plants.
Well, I'm learning. I don't think anybody can know everything about all plants, but it's interesting because you're always learning something new.
So what kind of plants were you guys planting in? I thought I saw some sage back there. Was that sage on the ground?
Correct.
Ooh, for you hippies.
We have...
Don't be stealing the sage off the campus now.
But all the plants that we're putting in today are California natives. They're drought tolerant. They're used to the climate here. And we're replacing the sprinkler system.
Nice.
Which tends to sometimes spray water on the concrete, which doesn't need it, wastewater. So we're replacing it with a drip system.
Oh, cool.
Which takes water directly from the hose and gives it to the roots of each individual plant. So the water is delivered where it's needed and very little is wasted.
Very little is wasted. That's of the utmost importance in today's environment all over the country and all over the world.
That's right.
Wow, thank you so much for doing this interview today. You've educated me on what's going on here on campus because I have a biology test to study for. Okay, Lancer Lowdown out. Welcome back. You're talking to Charla or watching her. Yeah! And this is the closing to our Lancer Lowdown show, and I'm going to keep it short and simple. Lancer Lowdown out.